Well, hello everyone. It has been entirely too long since I've been able to do this. Only my stream music is exceptionally loud. Anyway, we're gonna do some audio checks here quick. Can you hear my voice at all? Well, no, you shouldn't. But when I'm looking directly at my screen, you should be able to hear me just fine right now. Yes. All right. That makes sure that the mic is appropriately, separated from my face, and is going to make a little bit of noise. I got to move it just slightly. All right. Let's go. The new setup. It's our bedroom. But, it's what we got. There are pictures in Discord of me, of the whole thing set up without... Actually, I can just show you that. This is where I'm set up right now. Hello there, table. Wait, is it table? And some ASCII art behind the name there. So I'm set up here. The wife is set up on the side of the trunk. My computer's here. My dual monitor set up here, and then some other extraneous stuff around the desk, printers and modems and whatnot. It's all brand new. I just finished putting all of this together today, and getting all of our stuff moved and hooked up. It's been pretty much an all-day project. Back to this. YouTube users, unfortunately, I forgot to fix the latency issue with YouTube for this stream, so it's going to be like a lot behind, and I'm sorry about that. I can't fix it now. Once the stream starts, all the settings are locked into place, so you're probably about 4 or 5 seconds, if not more, behind me. So if I don't get like immediately to something you say, I'm not ignoring you. It's just a lot of latency. Oh, you're oily turd. I ain't seen you in a long time, man. Jesus, how you been?
Hey, Hunter, is your TTS working?
It should be. Let me check. I don't know. Probably not. There's one message. Hang on, let's play it. If I remember how to play it. What is my TTS button? It's been forever since I've done this. It is Control 9. Okay. All of my windows are getting away from me. It errored out, didn't it?
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, "Whoa, noise setup keep. Haven't been here for a while. Life just happened. P, but it's nice to be back."
Oh, did I not have the chat set so the people can talk? It's good to see you too, Goldfish. I was wondering where the hell you've been. But yeah, it was about time I moved out of our living room. Honestly, the amount of stuff that we had there, between my computer and my dual monitors, her computer, printer, we were consuming such a huge amount of the living room that there wasn't a whole lot of living room left. And it was making it really difficult for me to be able to be productive there, with kids playing with toys and running out of the house and being kids, so the silver lining to my mother-in-law no longer having a heartbeat is that we were able to convert her bedroom into a more usable space for everyone and get my shit out of the living room. let's do something not looking at me. Obviously, I'm wearing green, and it is showing. It's because I don't have the chroma active right now because I don't have a green screen. So for a very limited time, green will be available on the stream as an active color in your palette. You're welcome. Oop, wrong button. There we go. So some other things that I've been working on. Hello. Ooh, Prime subscription. Rock, man. Oh, yeah, my creeper shirt. It's my Minecraft skin, if you will. What? Something I've been working on is with my game. I've run into an issue where I need to build like option menus and the ability for you to configure player controls and do things like that. You know, things that make a game playable and customizable, right? As well as the ability to remap controls is important for accessibility features, because these things, while you see them as a gamepad, are a little bit more involved, because accessibility devices for people that have, you know, less than all of their fingers or parts of an arm, or even like acoustic devices, all are treated as a gamepad when plugged into a computer. They're not special. They don't get a special, this is an accessibility device. It's just a gamepad. So the ability to remap controls is important for those devices to work. And I want my game to be accessible to as many people as possible because, well, as a guy that's mostly blind, I understand not being able to do things because you have an issue. Now, with the need to build a functioning options menu and settings screen and stuff to be able to change these features, I needed a smart user interface, or what we call a UI, or sometimes also called a UX for user experience. GameMaker does not have a decent way to do that. Don't get me wrong, it has GUI stuff, but none of it's really smart, and it's all just like OpenGL calls wrapped up in nice little functions. Which again isn't a huge issue for me because I'm familiar with the OpenGL spec, and actually a little bit DirectX from working with Dark GDK many years ago. I needed something better, something a little closer to Unity. Unity's GUI tools are absolutely brilliant. And the same for if we went back to just 2D engines. Torque 2D has fantastic GUI extendability, tools that are built right into the IDE to be able to build user interfaces that feel good to use. GameMaker does not have that at all. And it's kind of annoying. And rather than address this issue like every other programmer has by just making their own GUI buttony things that, you know, hack together with objects and lots of mouse over code and huge amounts of calculations, I was like, this is fucking dumb. I can't with this. I need something smarter. I need something that feels like building a Windows Forms program in C#. And I present to you AUI. This is a tool that I've been working on for about a week. It's probably a little bit longer than a week. This is a full event system and fully customizable GUI. I don't want to call them tools, but because it is kind of a toolkit, but it's kind of a framework. Basically, the ability to add generically reusable components that automatically construct themselves as a GUI. So text boxes, buttons, draggable containers. Here, let me show you. This is an inventory, and you can just move it. And this doesn't seem like much, because there's actually a lot more not being demonstrated in this preview. I'm specifically working on the inventory box. Well, what's called a generic container. But this is the basic functionality of AUI. And if I can just, here's actually all the scripts involved. It's pretty substantial, and there's a lot more to go. I have prototyped parts of this in a couple of other projects several times. I say several times because I discovered really, really serious issues in the way things have to be done versus what I was doing. And those things did not work out. And they were very, very frustrating. Like, sitting here with my face in my hands at my desk, kind of frustrating. But I think I've got a pretty solid grasp of what I have to do now with it. And that is, essentially, I have to have a window manager, which is what this class is. This is a generic control, AUI control. This is the base class for every control that is made, including controls which may or may not be written by me. This is extendable. Other people that are making games will be able to use this toolkit and create their own controls in the likeness of mine, and the window manager will just work with them. And I'm going to release this as an asset package on the GameMaker store for free. I'm not charging for this. This is something that GameMaker desperately needs, and it's something that I think a lot of people will be able to benefit from, because building GUIs is misery, honestly. Right now, it does not support gamepad interaction, which is kind of funny because that's where I started, was the need for gamepad interaction, but it will. It absolutely is a design feature that will be implemented. The trouble with that is tracking gamepad state, as far as like what's active and what isn't active. But I think I have a solution on how I'm going to do that, but I'm not ready to start implementing it. This is an AUI window. This is basically the draggable control. I use the concept of windows. Hey, JMZ. I use the concept of windows to house other controls, similar to the way Windows Forms does. So this whole box here is actually a window with a sprite drawn on the back of it. And then it has smaller controls, and inside of it are just placed. Now, these don't do anything yet. I kind of put them there for show, just to kind of demonstrate the functionality. But we'll get to that. That's going to be happening fairly soon, I think. This is the event code. This is very cool. This allows me to create event listeners and listen to those listeners whenever anything happens. So the programmer using this code can detach themselves from procedural code and just say, hey, when this button is clicked, run this function, and then forget about it. Because whenever the button is clicked, the function will run. That's event-based programming at its very core. And unfortunately, again, right out of the box, GameMaker doesn't support that kind of stuff. And because GameMaker language is very similar to the way JavaScript works, this is basically prototype. This is not prototype. This is kind of the core functionality of how jQuery's event system works, which is obviously JavaScript. So, and yeah, we can actually stop propagation of events in case an event bubbles through multiple layers. We can catch the event, consume the event, and it stops it from bubbling through, so that you don't have multiple things catching on clicks, like, again, crap baskets. I didn't mean to minimize that. So again, we have our inventory here. these little icons on it. Don't actually do anything yet, but they will be their own separate control, like an icon control or something, right? When you click it, it should consume the event so that the box behind it doesn't also get the event. So the functionality to do that is already implemented. I'm just not far enough ahead with this to show it off. Base container, labels, because labels are important. You need to have labels, and this again mimics the C# Windows Forms label control. It's really just text that uses whatever font you set up, and I actually forgot that, whatever you set up. This is another important feature. This whole thing is themable. You're not stuck using my art that I put into this thing. There's these classes, just like CSS classes. Remember, at my very heart, I'm a web developer. I started out with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it's what I know best. So you now have the ability to add, let's see if I can find the code real quick. Here we go. Inventory set theme class inventory. So if I go to my theme, this is the inventory class. This defines all the information about that class, including the background image, the type of positioning for that image, because it can be a hard position, it can be stretched, it could be tiled. Actually, it can't be tiled yet. I didn't do that. Going to. Tiling and repeating backgrounds are on my list of things to do. It's just there's actually a whole lot of math involved there, and I'm a little concerned about like a lot of slowdown. So I'm approaching that slowly. Background colors, the background transparency. If you scale the image, because image mode scale is a thing, you can scale by some arbitrary modifier. Image color is the for image mode extended. That's to do like sprite blending. And it already supports all of this. All the shit's in here. This is another class for the title bar. The header. The header of the thing is actually this thing here where it says inventory. And then there's the icon, which is the little gear icon that's in there. And I don't actually have the label themed, I think that's default, or I haven't. If I could find the code. Jeez, there's a lot here, guys. There's a lot. Now, here we go. Here's the label. And
We've got ads.
Oh, got ads. Damn. Hey Tar, hey, how you doing, man? I saw you follow the channel. I appreciate that. Caught me right in the middle of fixing some things. Yeah, I didn't actually need that tag anyway, because that tag was for when we were playing Soulframe. Hey there, FNAF, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. We got the new studio all set up. Everything's ready to go. It's a little warm in here. I think the air conditioner is going to get turned on here real soon. But I've got. Oh, that's not one of my guitars. Careful with that. I have bright new lights, and that light behind me will not be staying on when I get the green screen. You know, for light balancing and whatnot on myself. And then I have to avoid wearing green so that I don't turn into a floating head. We all like when I'm a floating head. Dude, it's been beautiful the last couple of days. It really has. Like we've spent a ton of time outside just riding bikes, and today we took the kids to the park. It's just it has felt like a winter that just would not end. Also, I can do this now. Before I couldn't really do this because my green screen didn't quite cover the full width of my camera, and you could see like past the edges of it. See, oh yeah, you can see my Stratocaster right back there on the other side of the bookshelf. Tar, I'm going to tell you we are in the northeast part of the country. That's about as much information as I'm going to give you because I don't know you. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you can't hear from my horrible hillbilly accent, I mean the United States. Fair enough. Oh, Jesus. Some other really, really cool things I got going on here, and I just checked this out right before I started to stream, and I was super excited. I've been wanting to do this for like 5 years. Okay. I plugged the amplifier for my guitar into my computer via USB, and my computer treats it like a microphone. I can play my guitar live on stream. Now, I'm not going to do it right now, and I'm probably not going to do it tonight. That's going to require some setup and stuff. But it is a thing I can do. I did test it. It does work, and it is very, very cool. I hear the wife typing away on my laminate. Why is everybody rude to me?
She said I needed. She's like I have a Kitty plushie in somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got stuffed animals. There's some Sanrio characters and some Pokemon, and um, there's a Minecraft creeper over there. Um, yeah, there's various Stitches. Oh, this is the wife's newest fun thing right here.
Oh, okay. Can I see him? He's my baby.
He's an Ewok. I didn't know I was getting married to somebody that hoards stuffed animals. I'm also not complaining. I just didn't know.
Clear.
Why are you taking my phone from me?
Here's my camera.
Oh. I think there's pictures coming to Discord, guys. Okay. Well, we've still been doing tests on Soulframe. Soulframe, I'm gonna be honest with you, I want to like it. I really do. There just isn't enough game there yet, and I get it. It's a test. Like, it's not even a beta test. I think the game's still alpha. Like, they're still adding features. It feels so incredibly stiff that I have a hard time playing it to enjoy it to any degree. Oh, the pictures are in Discord. Yeah, actually, I could just show them off right here on stream. Where'd you put them? General chat? Yeah. This basket is literally right here. It's right above me. See that you can actually see my high mount lights right above my monitor here. And then this one is above her computer in the opposite corner. I've not, dude. I tried to play Factorio. Factorio is one of those games that really requires like time dedication. And I don't know, maybe you do better with it than I do, but I very much have this problem of if I stop playing the game for more than a couple of hours, I forget what the fuck I was doing. And more importantly, how I was doing it. And I log back into the game and I'm lost. And I can't. Like, I love Factorio. I love what Factorio is. And Satisfactory. Like, they're both great games. There gets to a point where life overwhelms me. I have to go do stuff away from my computer for a protracted period of time. And when I come back to the game, I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Like, I'm very confused. And it's kind of frustrating because I really do like them. What's up?
Can you make yourself?
Are you making fun of me? Because I'm playing with my beard?
Okay.
Are you worried about stuff in the background? I checked already. Hang tight, Chad. I might have to deal with a thing. Sorry, guys. We're still getting used to all the new stuff. FNAF, I think you've got it all wrong. I am the villain arc.
LL Goldfish LL2 from Twitch says, gonna talk about what I was doing yesterday since I'm bored anyways, was doing so much yesterday. I literally finished The Last of Us game, first one, and took a few hours LMAO around UHM12 and the story was really good. So that was half of my day gone. I'm gonna play the DLC and the second game later tomorrow cuz I want to know the rest of the story because for me it's a really good story.
The Last of Us. I've seen that advertised. What is? I don't remember what it is, but I remember it being interesting. Let's have a look. You said it was part 1 you were playing, or part 2? Because there's. Part 1.
Death of All Bugs from Twitch says, Keeps, please give me your blessing of math. I have stayed testing tomorrow.
Physics be with you. Could have dealt without my birthday being on screen. Thanks, Steam. Fucking hate you. Oh, it's Naughty Dog. Nice.
We don't have to do this.
Oh. Nope. Looks cool. I'm not putting anything with an HBO logo on stream because HBO usually comes with an R rating. First day back, I'm gonna get myself demonetized and banned. Good job, me. It's is it like a survival crafty game? I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Yeah, that's right. It's pretty much like all of the tests are statewide tests, but they're issued like by all the states right around the same time. Our kids are going through their mandatory state testing right now too, and it's a lot. And it's not fair, right? Like I really hate the state testing thing, but I also like it. I like what it's supposed to be. The state tests are supposed to be to make sure that government allocated funds, a la our tax dollars, are being effectively used in the schools and the students are learning things. The problem is that the education systems now start teaching kids just to pass the tests. They're not learning how to critically think. They're not learning how to problem solve. They're learning how to get good grades on tests. And that doesn't help you in the real world. So I like the idea of somebody making sure that my tax dollars are being used appropriately. But they're not being used appropriately. And there's no way to test for that. I don't know what Y-top means. I mean, you say Y-top, and I'm thinking like graphing or something. It's one of the tests. Oh, I'll have to look into what these things are because you're in a different state than me, and all of this shit's foreign. JMZ, I'm coming to your house. I'm stealing your beer. Just letting you know. You don't live that far from me. I've got an old pickup truck. I can fit all of it. I'll also have to fill up 6 times before I get there because I get about 9 miles to the gallon. So how's my new mic sound? Cool. And no, JMZ, I drink Yingling because that's real beer, not whatever that piss is you've got in a cooler somewhere. Goldfish, I hate you. Just want you to know that. Sorry, that was probably really loud. God damn it. Okay, so that's a thing. The mute button is actually very sensitive. It's a touch button. It's not even a button. It's you just touch it. That's it. And it conducts the electromagnetism in your finger or something. I don't know. Works like a touch lamp. So anyway, yeah, Mike, no worky, brand new Mike. No, it's operator error is the problem there. I fat fingered the button when I picked it up when I bumped my guitar. Anyway, I don't like Yingling Lager, which is funny because lager is what they're known for. I drink Yingling Premium, which is cooler, crisper. It's a lighter color beer. It's not as heavy and as tar-like going down. But that's also asinine to say because I also like their Black and Tan, which is even thicker than their lager. I don't know. I'm a weird guy.
Yes.
The best part about my new microphone now is it's directional. It's dynamic. It's not a compressor mic like this piece of shit is. So when she talks, you probably can't hear her near as well as you used to be able to.
Actually, if I'm looking at you, you can hear me.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because you're directing your voice this way and the mic's pointed this way. Yeah, that would make sense. You couldn't pay me to drink that pig belly beer, dude. You couldn't.
But you're Irish.
Yeah, I could be as Irish as I want to. It doesn't mean I have to. Doesn't mean I have to drink that shit. Why? Are you going to Ireland or something? Like, I thought I already did that. I thought you already went to Ireland. I don't pay attention, and I've slept since we had this conversation. So we literally just talked about this. I can't keep thoughts straight in my head once I go to sleep. Like, it's all over. It's done. I've got a memory like a fucking colander. Pumpkin, do you love me enough to refill my coffee? Well, that coffee cup is terrible looking. Oh, I want you all to see my new coffee cup, too. We can turn it right. For those of you who can't read it, it says, of course I talk to myself. Sometimes one needs an expert opinion.
Where the fuck's your cup? Shit. Fuck this house.
All right, Chad, that was not her fault. The floor is not level. She went to roll back a little bit and just kept going. And she's so short, her poor little feet don't even touch the ground. So she had no way to stop herself. Dude, we just got everything set up. I'm gonna actually put down a like an area rug or something here. I don't like those plastic like office things that, you know, that you put down to protect the carpet that you can roll around on. I hate those things with a fiery passion. I think they're hideous and disgusting. Yeah, we don't have carpet here. Everything's vinyl. The whole house is vinyl flooring. There is no carpet anywhere. Wait, no, I'm a liar. The baby's bedroom has carpet in it because the baby's bedroom was the only part of the house that was not affected by the fire to any degree. So they didn't change out the carpet. It's actually the original carpet in there. But I will be changing that out most likely. All right, JMZ, if you're gonna do vinyl, let me give you some advice as a carpenter. Forget that I write code, okay? This is all well and good and whatnot, but hear me out. I've been building houses since I was like 15 years old. If you're gonna put down vinyl flooring, make sure the floor does not move. If it gives at all, if it bends at all, if it buckles a little bit under your weight, your floor will break. Thank you, sweet.
Death of all bugs from Twitch says, Keeps, I am happy I got to see you tonight, but my mother is demanding me to sleep like I'm some 2-year-old. So nighty night and don't let Fredbear bite.
Good night, FNAF. You get some sleep. Sleep is important. Sleep is when your brain starts committing things to long-term memory. It's important. Get some. But back to what I was saying to JMZ. If your floor buckles even a little bit under your weight, the vinyl floor will also give and it will crack along all of the seams where the floor locks together. And it will just break to shit, dude. It will go to hell real quick. I used to say the same thing. I used to stay up for 3 and 4 days at a time writing code. And I would say that. Sleeps for the week. Sleeps for the week. Now I sleep like 10 hours at a clip. Get your sleep. I did not. Oh. It's Blue Grenade in YouTube. How you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a long time. If you're even still there. He's not still there. God damn it. Yeah, I did. Nice. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. Oh, yeah. I've got to replace all the vinyl floor in my living room, and I already cut all the vinyl floor out of the kitchen because it was breaking so badly, because this house is old, you know? And when they rebuilt everything after the fire, they did not do a great job shoring up the floors. Now, upstairs, it doesn't feel too bad, but downstairs, oh, dude, it's a shit show down there. In fact, the floor is so bad that I'm not even going to replace the vinyl. In the kitchen, I'm going to put Congolium stick-down tiles, which is actually what the top of this desk is, too. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do in the living room yet, but I got to do something. If it's just a spot and it's on the bottom floor, go into the basement and put a friggin' 6x6 under it. That'll never move. You know, just lolly column it with a 6x6. Put a cement footer under it. You're talking probably about $100, depending on how long the 6x6 has to be. Yeah, so is mine. Don't be a bitch. What's that, Goldfish? You've got 60 seconds and I get an ad break. God damn it. You know that video is gone, right? That video is gone from my channel. Whoever I remixed making that video, either removed theirs or they turned off remixing and it deleted my video. Yep, it's completely gone. I still have the meme I cut out of it though in a folder on my desktop. All right, and we've got ads in 20 seconds. We're going to do that. And then the show will be right back.
No response to that.
We've got ads.
And we're back. It's the only trouble with the new office space is that when I want to go smoke, I have to run down the stairs. Ew. Yeah, actually just reminded me I need to go check our sub pump too.
Oh.
We have a hole where one goes. I thought the pump was still in there.
No, that died in a fire.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure, and it's probably full of dust and debris and shit, mostly from the fire. That's an interesting thing to have in your sump pump pit. I want to say, how does that happen? But, like, I'm not entirely sure I really want to know. Dude, I don't work without bitch mittens. Like, I don't. It's not that I can't. Like, I've got calluses all over my hands from years and years of labor, but, like, no. I always have gloves on. Always, because you never know. Right. Well, I mean, I do like scrap metal with my buddy and stuff. Like, I don't care how thick your calluses are. That shit'll hurt you. You know what? I just figured it out. I know exactly how a bird skeleton got in there. I know exactly how. And it's a 3-letter word. Cat. Yeah, that's what you got there. You got a cat that killed that thing, either jumped up and took it out of the sky or pounced on it while it was like while it was running around in leaves, kicking up leaves, looking for bugs and stuff. And it snatched it and hit it, and it pulled it down probably into that hole because it thought it was a good hide. Yeah, no, dude, I don't do gyms. I don't need a gym. I've got life to kick my ass and keep me in shape. All right, let's do this. Well, I gotta get rid of the extraneous symbols that I've got here now, because one day I will get a stream deck, but I don't have one yet. So for right now, the hotkeys that I use for swapping scenes quickly in OBS is actually mapped to various numbers on my numpad on the right side of my keyboard. So like this is scene 4, which is actually the wrong scene. I want to be in scene 3, that one there. Scene 4 is for full screen gaming, like when I'm playing World of Warcraft or Soulframe or something. And then scene 5 is my full screen camera, this bad boy here. Just go, dude. I know that's easier said than done, but establishing a habit is a lot harder than keeping up with the habit. I mean, my stream schedule is actually a really good example of that, right? Like, I streamed every day for months, and then stuff happened and I didn't stream a couple of days, and then I didn't stream a couple of more days, and I streamed less and less and less, and it like even tonight when I sat down, like I'm super excited. I've got all of this new stuff going on, but just I sat here with the stream running with my pre-stream screen up, this bad boy, and just I sat here for probably 10 minutes staring at it, just like I don't even know, like, but sometimes you just got to pull the trigger and do it, you know. Just as a quick note, one of the things I want to implement here is this inventory screen slides around really nicely and really smoothly, and that's cool. But that doesn't fit every use case. A lot of games use like a grid system where this will snap to a grid. And I want to implement functionality for that right into the core AUI so it just works. So we're going to go into container, right? And we're just going to say grid snap equals -1. We got to write a handy little function to not here, actually. I'm going to put this in base controls because that's where the drag clamp is too. So we'll say grid snap equals -1 undefined. Yeah, that's rough, dude. Like, I remember the near-death thing. That was terrifying. Jesus. Yeah, remind me what that was. Like, why that all happened. Was that a heart thing, or did you have a stroke? That I've slept since then, so I forget. Oh, that's right. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Now I remember. Jesus, dude. I gotta move windows around here because I'm missing all kinds of stuff on YouTube. So we'll go to move window. Okay. Now here we have the code to clamp the window to the to another control so that you can't drag one control outside the bounds of another control. And we also need to work out clamping the control to a to the grid measurement, whatever it happens to be, if it exists. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I didn't even know that was a thing until it happened to you. You know, Jamesy, it just dawned on me. Since we first met each other playing Minecraft, and I think it was on Minelot's servers when I was still managing that raging shit show. And for since you play games like Satisfactory and Factorio and all of that, have you ever played like heavily modded Minecraft, like with Buildcraft and Industrial Craft, thermal expansion, stuff with pipes and machines, and to do all of that? Really? That is fucking wild to think of. You make me want to work on my mod pack, man. Just to show you. Just to show you how cool it can be. I've had a lot of fun playing very heavily modded Minecraft with others, right? Because the core object of the game becomes very different. Instead of, you know, your goals aren't to go kill the Wither and then kill the Ender Dragon, and not necessarily in that order. You know, it becomes this requirement for figuring out how to gather the most stuff and store it appropriately. I was streaming multiplayer Minecraft. Me and the wife were playing a mod pack that I built a while ago. What was that, honey? 1.20, I think? Yeah, and there's actually a really funny short about it. If I can find it real quick here. Let me go into my community. Nope. Content? Collections? Nope. Clips? Yep. Jesus, I can't see anything on my screen. It's gonna be a while ago. Jesus, I have a lot of clips. Noita, Rescue, Jackal, the little soldier guy is working on. I think this was it. Yeah. think this. No? No, that wasn't it. Now I can't find it. God damn it. What is this? This is Timberborn? I think I was playing there. Or Fortress. It would have been before that. Oh, Hands to Yourself. I found it. Is there a way to make this bigger? Probably not. Here.
Like, will create work with mystical agriculture. So, can I set up a... I'm just wondering if the intermod, operability is there. This is an academic thing and not a me taking stuff away from you. They put the sword down.
This was by far one of the funniest things I've ever seen. What happened was I was wearing a piece of enchanted armor that had like massive knockback on it when I get hit. And she hit me, even though PvP was not on. But because mods don't always properly respect server settings or take them into consideration, she hit me with her sword. My armor knocked her back. She landed in the ocean. Like, she was a good 40, 50 blocks from where she hit me. It was very goddamn funny. I laughed about that shit for days. I mean, it was, talking about it is always less funny, but like, it was fucking hilarious. Like, I was crying, she was crying. It was great. These are the kinds of things that happen in modded Minecraft because mods don't always respect things properly. In fact, in old Tekkit, which is a pretty heavily modded server implementation for very old Minecraft. In fact, it's for Minecraft 1.3.2. That's so old that drag crafting wasn't even a thing. You still had to click stuff into the crafting box, in the crafting window. The Industrial Craft mining laser had a function that if you shot another player with it, it would set them on fire. This happened even if PvP was off. So on servers, you found a lot of griefing where people were shooting each other with mining lasers. I don't really miss playing vanilla Minecraft at all. Vanilla Minecraft I find to be very boring. And it's not the game's fault. The game is cool. I've been playing with mods for so long that playing Minecraft vanilla feels naked. And it feels it's like meeting a hot chick and then realizing you're impotent. That's what it is. But heavily modded Minecraft gets to be a lot like Factorio and Satisfactory in that you build functionally 3D factories if you want. Like you can absolutely do that. I have worlds that I've put hundreds of hours into, where I had just pipes running everywhere and all of them like shooting items around and they were sorting and everything was autonomous. But building it all in survival from scratch was nightmarish at best, but also very rewarding when you were done. Like, it was really cool. I don't fucking like Don't Starve Together. I have it. Where's Don't Starve? We just search for it. I've got 22 and a half hours in this game. I hate it. And I probably hate it for the wrong reasons. I hate it for the reason you're supposed to love it, right? It is brutally difficult, and it explains nothing to you. You know, I played this game for 10 hours before I realized how you make charcoal. And then I was mad at myself for not realizing it sooner. What did I call that? Grid snap. Right, yeah. I've seen Valheim advertised. It has not really sparked my curiosity, and I think that's Ark Survival Evolved's fault, because Ark, back in the days of the only map you could get was the island, like before Scorched Earth, before all the DLCs dropped, it was just the island. There was a really big mod project called Valhalla, and it was a neat map, but it was so riddled with bugs that, like, it was almost unplayable. Like dinosaurs would come up out of the world mesh and just eat you, and it was anger inducing. Ark is a game I love to play, and I hate to play for long periods of time. It gets really monotonous really quickly. Even with settings tweaked so that taming doesn't take 3 fucking days, it gets to be not fun real quick. But if I have to play Ark, I'm not playing on the island. I'm playing on Aberration, which is the underground one where everything's radioactive. Dude, the bioluminescent fungus and stuff, and it's such a cool world. It just, because it's broken, right? It's a broken Ark, and it's just, everything about it is really neat. All right, we got ads in 10 seconds. and then we'll talk more about Ark. So what I want to do is take the
We've got ads.
All right, I think we're back. We're back. Yeah, Ark is really super grindy, which is kind of a feature in and of itself. Like it's clearly a design choice that developers made. They wanted things to take a very long period of time to kind of reinforce the fact that the game is not meant to be played alone. And that did lead to your previous statement where you get decimated online all the time, and that's because the advent of alpha clans, where clans would be put together, and then you either joined their clan and did what they told you to do, or they made your life miserable, which functionally now your game just became indentured servitude. Refusal to join their clan meant that they would bring drakes or whatever those fire-breathing assholes are from Scorched Earth. From there, transfer them to the island or whatever map you happen to be on and burn everything on the island to the ground once a week to make sure that no player ever got any amount of real progression. Which is dog shit behavior. It was dog shit behavior, and it was allowed to go on, which is why I have never played on any of Ark's public servers. I run my own. I run my own servers for everything. If running your own server is ever an option, I do that. If running your own server is not an option, I don't play that game. That simple. Space Engineers. Run my own server. Empyrean Galactic Survival, ran my own server. Minecraft, we all know, ran my own servers, lots of them. Ark, the hell else did I run servers for, huh? Palworld, yeah, I ran a Palworld server for a while. Still got that one, actually. I'm really leery about Space Engineers too, man. I'm really leery. Space Engineers 1 was a really cool game. And then they kept making it more. 'Cause remember, I started playing Space Engineers in like early beta. Okay, most of the features that are in the game now weren't even thought of yet. Things like airlocks actually working correctly and air pressure pushing you around and doing stuff. Okay. When I first got Space Engineers, cool as shit. Loved the physics, loved the simulations. All that stuff was really, really neat. And as they continued to add more and more advanced calculations, it was requiring more and more power from my computer, which again is an understandable thing. Except it was pulling so much fucking power from my video card that my power supply was screaming that it was overloading it. Like my UPS was screaming because it was discharging faster than my power could charge it. And that was with no mods. Is that a thing you can do? No, I actually haven't played Space Engineer since they implemented planets. I tried to play like one time, and again, aforementioned problem came up and I just killed it. You landed in the ocean, didn't you? Wow. How the hell do you survive that? Like, you fell out of orbit. Oh, shit. All right, real quick here. So, some math. I have to round to a variable number, right? So, you can set a grid snap value, which I arbitrarily set to 200. So now I want to force the window position to snap to a multiple of that value. So 200, 400, 600, 800. And I have to... Oh, right, because you use hydrogen for jetpacking you around, so you could slow your descent. And oxygen, obviously, to breathe. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, in Space Engineers, the crash simulation like that, brings your computer to almost a complete fucking stop. When did I stop playing games and I started watching slideshows? Yeah, that's how long it's been since I played Space Engineers. I didn't know that mining ice was a thing. When I started playing Space Engineers, the only start you had was the outpost start, where you started on the side of an asteroid. Oh. You see the start before, and again they've made hundreds of changes since then. You actually start it with a miniature nuclear reactor, and all you had to do is keep putting uranium in it. It was fine. It would just do its thing. Which I realize doesn't make sense. That's not how nuclear reactions work. You know, that's how you kill everyone around you. But I mean, and it should be, honestly. But I guess that's it. Like, I started playing a game, and then the game stopped being the game I was playing. You know, on top of the fact that, you know, it would turn into a slideshow every time something happened. Yeah, see, you're talking probably more than 10 years ago. I started playing Space Engineers, and you could literally mine asteroids that were just full of shit. Of course, that being said, walking around with uranium in your hand probably isn't good for you. Just saying. Like, you know. Because back then you also mined by hand. You actually you mined with a pickaxe. Unless you had like the custom start where you could, they gave you like a basic mining ship, was a small ship. They had like 2 little mining augers on it you could dig into asteroids with. But a lot of us didn't start with that because it really made the game entirely too easy. Yeah, it's great for you. Yeah. Where'd you get all them extra fingers from, bud? All right, so I need to take my position X and my position Y. I need to find out how close they are to a multiple of grid snap, and then snap them to that closest multiple. So we're looking at rounding for sure. And it's got to be round. It can't be floor or ceiling. It's got to be round, because it has to split the difference. Your gloves aren't the problem, bud. It's your eyeballs. The soft tissue is what really absorbs all those alpha particles, gamma particles. Extra fingers just makes you useful. Not being able to see is a problem. I would know. Wait a minute. If I take window, position, X, right, equals, check this out, window, position, X, divided by grid, snap, times grid snap And if I repeat that for the Y value, but now I also need to clamp these values, right? So, oh, I can clamp it if I just drop this out of the else statement, right? This may not work entirely the way I want it to. Okay, I already have the grid snap set, but it throws an error. It always throws an error when I try something. Yep, there it is. Unknown object grid snap. Okay. There is your function. I wrote you. You exist. Grid snap equals undefined. Set grid snap B. So, all right, where was the error? Line 105 in Window Manager. Why are you? Oh. Oh shit. I didn't get the dot. That should do it. That doesn't work at all. Not even close. Damn. Because I'm... Because of this clamping. Crap baskets. I have to do this while it's... Well, this is while it's moving, but... Most likely I will be streaming a lot more regularly. I don't know about the weekend. Maybe, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Updates are always in Discord, though. Still not quite right. All right, well, since everybody cleared out, I'm going to wrap this up and do a little research on what I'm doing wrong here. And updates will be in Discord as per the usual. I appreciate everybody that came out and resubscribed. That's awesome. And hopefully lots more streams coming in the near future while we're working on this toolkit and back to making rescue. We'll see you all tomorrow night.